morning, Shraddha. Good morning, Shraddha. Can you hear me? Shraddha, can you hear me? Good morning, Ansh. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Ansh. Good afternoon, Shraddha. Good afternoon, Suresh.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Lankita. So, Ansh, have you fixed up the camera problem today? Ansh, have you fixed up the camera problem, beta?
Ma'am, today we will do the reason.
Today we have to begin with water pollution. Let's finish that first, then we'll do revision. Right? Tomorrow we have one combined lecture of 4 A and B, A and C, right? In that lecture we will do revision. Okay?
Good morning.
We have studied land pollution yesterday. Today we will begin with water pollution. Land pollution you all have understood?
Yes,
Good afternoon, Akshar. Kids, have you all understood land pollution?
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So now we have to begin with water pollution. Okay? Shraddha
Ma'am,
will
ma'am, we have done air pollution yesterday, not the land.
Shraddha, you will read today. Read water pollution, beta.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Shraddha. Shraddha, beta, read. Alak, get settled at one place, beta. Okay, Alak, you read the water pollution, beta.
Ma'am, what?
Water pollution.
Ma'am, please wait.
Alak, hurry up, beta, we're waiting for you. Read.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, ma'am, water pollution. Ma'am, water is a
Yes, beta, water pollution.
perfect.
Precious. Water is a precious. Everybody repeat after me. Precious.
Precious.
Very good. Water is a precious resource. Precious means very important.
Precious resource without which life on the earth cannot exist. Water
Cannot
pollution.
exist. Cannot exist.
Water pollution occurs
Occurs.
when
Water pollution occurs.
when pollutants are released into water bodies such as lakes, rivers, and seas directly or indirectly.
Directly or indirectly.
Indirectly, water pollution is harmful
For plants, animals, and human beings, water becomes dirty when harmful pollutants mix with water sources. Standing water, standing water which gets collected in and around the house houses is known as stagnant water.
Thank you so much. Okay. To write alert clear told us that water is very precious, something very important to us. Water is a precious resource and without water, life cannot exist on earth. We all know that, right, kids? Now, water pollution, when does water pollution occur? It occurs when, as we saw in the image given on the very first page, water pollution occurs when the pollutants are released into water bodies such as lakes, rivers, and seas either directly or indirectly. Either you're directly going to put all the dust, all the garbage in the water bodies, or it is going indirectly from some sewage or some water. This all causes water pollution. Children, can you see the picture next to it? Right? Can you see how dangerous, how dirty it is looking? Right? This is what water pollution is. Right? Water becomes dirty when harmful pollutants mix with water sources. Standing water, which gets collected, like water which is collected and it's staying at that place only, जो कहीं पानी पड़ा रहता है इस जगह पे, that is known as stagnant water. What do we call that? Stagnant waters. ठीक है?
Ma'am, the stagnant water.
रुका हुआ पानी, जो एक जगह पानी इकट्ठा हो गया वहीं पे रुका रहता है, तो उसे हटाता ही नहीं है. That's known as stagnant water. Okay,
Stagnant.
right? Now, can you see this picture? Can you see how bad it is looking? The river after water pollution, right, kids? Yes, Akshat, read the sources of water pollution. Children, are you underlining the things I have underlined?
Okay, ma'am.
Hurry up, underline all of it.
Industrial sources of water pollution. Industrial waste. Industrial waste.
Akshat, tell you one thing. Have you underlined the things which I have underlined?
Yes, ma'am. No,
Yes.
ma'am. No, ma'am.
Hurry up then. First underline.
Okay. I'm hurrying. Water. Ma'am, wait. Ma'am, please wait.
Okay.
I'm on mute. Okay, ma'am. Done.
Yes.
Sources of water pollution. Industrial waste. Fertilizers from fields. Bathing of human beings and animals in the water bodies. Chemicals from factories.
Akshat, I cannot hear you. They're a bit loud you need to be.
Okay, ma'am. Sources of water pollution. Industrial.
Slow down. You don't need to shout, Akshat. You must speak louder. Okay.
Sources of water pollution. Industrial waste. Fertilizers from fields. Bathing of human beings and animals in the water bodies. Chemicals from factories. Dumped household garbage. Oil spills. Clothes cleaning agents like detergents. Construction waste material. Untreated sewage from drains.
Right. So as you read, you can see that all these points given here are the factors which cause air pollution.
Of water pollution.
These cause air pollution or water pollution, children?
Water pollution.
They all cause water pollution. Right.
Pollution.
Very good. Okay. So industrial waste, when we put the industrial waste into the water, when fertilizers goes there, when bathing of human beings and animals in the water bodies, when we bath in the water bodies, then also we make it dirty. Chemicals from factories, when we dump our household garbage there, when oil is leaked there, oil spill is known as oil being leaked in the water bodies. Clothes cleaning agents like detergents. When we wash, people wash their clothes near water bodies, right? So this also led to water pollution. Construction of waste material, right? Construction waste material, untreated sewage from drains. All these things are responsible for the cause of water pollution in the water bodies. Right, kids? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, we will read about effects of water pollution. Yes, this will be read by Vedanshu. Vedanshu, read it, beta. Vedanshu, read about the effects of water pollution. Vedanshu, can you hear me? Okay, Lankita, you read.
Yes, ma'am.
Read about the effects of water pollution.
Okay, ma'am. Effects of water pollution. Water pollution is harmful for all living beings. Birds such as seagulls and other aquatic animals die because of water pollution. When humans consume fish and other seafood from a contaminated water body, it leads to illness and diseases. Drinking water that is polluted causes waterborne. Ma'am, what is written after water?
Anji,
Ma'am,
waterborne
what is
diseases.
written after
On.
Waterborne diseases.
borne diseases such as dysentery, jaundice, and diarrhea. Diarrhea. Ma'am, what is this?
Diarrhea. It is known as diarrhea. Dysentery, jaundice, and diarrhea.
And diarrhea.
Diarrhea. Hence, water breeds mosquitoes and can cause diseases like malaria.
And dengue or dengue. What is the correct pronunciation? Is it dengue or dengue? What do we pronounce it as?
Ma'am, dengue. Dengue. Ma'am, dengue.
Dengue. We pronounce it as?
Dengue.
Right.
Ma'am, female version of dengue.
Dengue only. Right? So water pollution is harmful for living beings because like birds such as seagulls and other aquatic animals. What do you mean by aquatic animals, children?
Ma'am, aquatic animals means animals live in water.
The animals which live in water. Right?
We also
And that's
aquarium.
aquatic animals. So the birds like seagulls and other aquatic animals die because of water pollution. When humans consume fish and other seafood from a contaminated water body, contaminated means polluted.
Polluted. Ganda. Dirty.
Well done, Akshar. Contaminated means polluted water body, right? Then it leads to illness and diseases. Drinking water that is polluted cause waterborne diseases, diseases which we get from drinking bad water. Such diseases are dysentery, jaundice, and diarrhea. Repeat these with me. Say dysentery. Say it, everyone. Dysentery,
Dysentery. 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 Jaundice. Jaundice. Jaundice.
and diarrhea.
Diarrhea.
Okay.
Diarrhea.
Next, they are saying that stagnant water. Now, who will tell me the meaning of stagnant water?
Ma'am, can I tell?
Yes.
Stagnant means the water that is collected on
Water
a
that
house
is
or
collected at a place is known as stagnant water. We have just read now. Stagnant water means water that is collected at one place. Stagnant water breeds mosquitoes, right? The mosquitoes breeds in that water and it can cause diseases like malaria and dengue. Dengue. What do you mean by breeds there? Breeds means they give birth to babies in that stagnant water, right? They lay their eggs in the stagnant water from where the babies of these mosquitoes come, which again causes lots of diseases. Okay,
Okay,
clear?
ma'am.
Now, how can we prevent it? So now Manya will read the prevention of water pollution.
Prevention of water pollution. To prevent and control water pollution, the first and foremost rule is not to throw garbage in water bodies. The government has made law to ensure that industries treats the waste before releasing into water bodies. Ma'am, what is written?
Sewage.
Sewage. See, sewage must be treated before it is released into water bodies. Environment-friendly cleaning liquid must be used by all filters and pesticides used in agriculture or
Pesticides. It is fertilizers and pesticides. What is it?
uh,
Fertilizers
fertilizers and
and pesticides.
pesticides used in agriculture or gardening. O- often sleep
Often
through
or
the
often?
soil.
Often or often?
Uh, mom
Often.
often sleep through the soil into the groundwater, polluting it. There before it used must be
Okay.
minimal. We we must not pollute the water in rivers or pond by bathing or washing our clothes in them.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Ma'am,
Awareness must be created about keeping our water bodies clean. So the points which she read, in these points she read that to prevent and control water pollution, the first and the foremost rule, the first thing we should do is that never throw any garbage in the water bodies. Not at all, not in any case, we should throw the garbage in the water bodies. And not only in water bodies, we should also not litter on the roads, on anywhere we have gone to. We should always throw the garbage in where?
Dustbin.
In the dustbins, right? So the
in the
government has made laws to ensure that industries treat the waste before releasing into water bodies, right? So that the chemicals, the harmful things are removed from the waste and then they can send it to the water bodies. Sewage. Do you know what is sewage?
yes, ma'am.
What?
Ma'am, water coming. Ma'am, water. Ma'am, water
The dirty
and
water which comes out from the human houses, right? From our houses, the dirty water which goes out is known as sewage, right, kids? So sewage must be treated before it is released into the water bodies. Usme se they should take out all the dirty materials and then they should release that water into the water bodies. Environment friendly cleaning liquids must be used by all, right? Fertilizers, pesticides used in agriculture gardening often seep through the soil into the groundwater, polluting it. When we put fertilizers, chemical pesticides on the soil, from the soil they go into, right?
so, ma'am, the fertilizers pollute the groundwater.
Hanji?
Ma'am, fertilizers and pesticides pollute the groundwater.
Yes. Okay. So now they all pollute the groundwater as well. When they go into the groundwater, they just make it dirty too. So therefore, its usage must be minimal. We should use it to the least as possible. We must not pollute water in rivers or ponds by bathing or washing clothes in them. Awareness. We must educate everyone. You people can also educate people by telling them, your parents, your relatives, your friends, your cousin. Treat everyone that we should not do pollution. We should help to save our environment. Right, kids? Is it our duty to do so?
Yes,
As a
ma'am.
citizen of India, it is our duty to protect the environment of our country. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next is soil pollution. What is next?
Soil
Soil
pollution.
Yes, Allah, Yuvraj, Shraddha, Ansh, Vedanshu, Aradhya, Arshika. Are you people there in the class? Arshika, Aradhya. Speak up, bacho. Vedanshu, Ansh. How will I communicate with you if you not turn your mic and camera? Shraddha, did you understand? Say yes or no. Shraddha, no response. Right, Manya, you reach the effects of soil pollution.
Soil pollution. Soil pollution occurs when we do not dispose of waste property, or we throw a lot of chemicals in the form of pesticides. Uh,
Where are you reading, beta? Manya, you have to read from effects of soil pollution. Sorry, no, you're reading right. You have to read soil pollution first. Yes, fertilizing soil. Then read plastic
Fertilize.
containers.
Plastic containers, plastic bags, bottles, cans, glass do not decay mix with the soil. They pile up in landfills where where they are usually dumped.
Okay, thank you so much, Manya. So, children, as she read, she told us that soil pollution occurs when we do not dispose of waste properly, or we throw out chemicals in the form of pesticides and fertilizers into the soil. Somehow, if we are including these chemicals in the soil, then the soil is getting polluted, right? Plastic containers, plastic bags, bottles, cans, and glass do not decay and mix with the soil, right? Like trees and the dead remains of animals. These plastic things do not decay, do not get merged with the soil. They pile up in landfills where they usually dump. Like you can see here, they pile up like this. You can see soil pollution in the picture. You can also see heaps of garbage at
Yes.
places. We've also seen heaps of garbage at places. That's how they cause soil pollution. Yes, Akshaj, what are the effects of soil pollution?
Okay, ma'am. Effects of soil pollution. If the soil gets polluted, it affects all living beings. Pollution in soil harms the crops and plants, which may not allow them to survive. The dust of the polluted soil, if inhaled by people and animals, can cause respiratory diseases. Fruits and vegetables grown in polluted soil may cause illness. Garbage dumps breed,
Read.
and insects that spread bad odor and diseases.
It was respiratory actions, right?
ma'am.
Respiratory diseases. Respiratory diseases means diseases related to
Lungs.
respiration and lungs, right? Good. So if the soil gets polluted, it affects all the living beings. Pollution harms the soil, the crops, and the plants, right? Which may not allow us to survive. Like even the plants to survive, the plants die very quickly. Now, the dust of the polluted soil, if inhaled by people and animals, can cause them respiratory problems like asthma, right? So, fruits and vegetables are grown in polluted soil may cause that, like may cause illness if you eat the fruits and the vegetables which were cultivated in a polluted crop. Obviously, we may get sick eating such vegetables. Garbage dumps breed rats. Basically, that breeds in garbage dumps and insects as well, which spreads bad odor and diseases. Bad odor means gandhi smell and diseases. Right? Now, she will tell us, Alankrita, that how can we prevent soil pollution?
Prevention of soil pollution. One way to prevent soil pollution is to start disposing waste properly. We must try to reduce, reuse, and recycle waste. We should also reduce the use of products made up of plastic and synthetic materials. We should try to reuse old things to reduce the amount of waste produced. One can also recycle used objects and plastic to create new articles. Planting trees in another is another way to conserve the soil. Roots of grass, small plants and trees hold the soil firmly, stopping it from being washed away by rain or wind. We should try to spread awareness about the harmful effects of soil pollution.
Guys, we must tell people about the harmful effects of soil pollution,
Ma'am,
right?
ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, why we should stop using plastic for soil pollution? It
Why
do
should
not.
we stop?
Yes, ma'am.
We should
For
stop.
using plastic.
I cannot get your point, beta. What are you trying to ask?
Ma'am, in the soil pollution, it is written the plastic do not get decay and mixed with the soil. So why it is written that the plastic we should not use plastic? It causes
This is the reason we
soil.
should not use plastic, because if something is getting merged with the soil, then so it's fine. It means it will get recycled. But then what is it doing is, it will not let the soil get its nutrients which it requires. All the plastics will get piled up on it and the soil will become barren very soon. The soil will lose all its fertility then.
Ma'am, but they do not decay and mix with the soil. Do not.
They do not decay is wrong. They should decay. The things that decay in the soil are good for soil. But the things that do not decay in the soil, they are bad for soil. Okay. Yes. So when she talked about the prevention of soil pollution, then she told us that we must try to reduce, reuse, and recycle waste, right? You might be doing art and craft. You might be using craft, making craft with waste material. Have you made something?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's wonderful if you have made something. So you can also make this for SST. Try to make something very useful, very unique with the help of waste material. Something very useful and unique. Different people should come with different ideas. Okay. So we should try to reuse old things to reduce the amount of waste produced. One can also recycle used objects and plastic to create new articles. Planting trees is another way to conserve the soil. Roots of grass, small plants and trees, and the old soil held the old soil firmly, stopping it from being washed away by rain or wind. Till the time the trees were there, the roots of trees keep on holding the soil, because of which the soil does not get washed away. But when we cut the tree, the soil becomes loose and it gets very easily washed away by rain or wind. We should try to spread awareness about harmful impacts of soil pollution. It is our responsibility, children. We have to tell everyone that no, this is wrong. You should not do this, right? Because you are the next generation, no? You can only change it now. So will you do it? Will you tell your friends to reduce pollution?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Sure.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Coach Lizzie, are you sure, children? I'm asking you once again.
Yes, ma'am.
Because then you will be
Yes.
required to do it. Okay. You can also educate your parents about it. Right? Can we do that? We can tell our grandparents, our parents, our relatives, our friends, our cousins that pollution is wrong for us and we should not practice it. Right, kids?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Tell me.
Yes.
Yes, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Certainly. This was about. Now, what should we do? We should must try to spread awareness and plant as many trees as we can. This much is done. Next, we will read about what kids?
Ma'am,
Noise.
ma'am, noise.
Yes. Yuvraj, will you read this, please? Yuvraj, Shraddha, would you read? Arshika, Yuvraj, Shraddha, Vansh, Vedanshu.
Ma'am, noise pollution.
Yes, noise pollution, Shraddha.
Noise pollution is the
Read, Shraddha.
noise pollution is a
Noise pollution is caused. Read.
said when the
Is
sound
caused when. Repeat after me. Noise pollution is caused.
discomfort to our ears. There are many
Causes
things that
discomfort.
comfort
Discomfort.
discomfort to ears. There are many things that increase
Increase
increase the level of noise and
level of noise. What is it?
level of noise
And cause
and cause noise pollution.
noise pollution. Noise pollution थोड़ी होता है बेटा, it is noise pollution. Okay. So kids, it is caused when the sound produced causes discomfort. When we spook, when we shout, people are playing music with very loud voices. People are honking again and again, right? All these things are known as noise pollution, right? What are the things? What are the sources of noise pollution? Firecrackers, shouting, construction machines, traffic, barking dogs, loudspeakers, household gadgets, loud music, and aeroplanes. All these things led to soil pollution. Clear?
Ma'am, your voice is cutting.
Arshika, can you, Manya and Alankita, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Alankita, read about the effects of noise pollution. Alankita, yes, Manya, you read.
And unwanted noise causes irritation,
Irritation. Unwanted noise cause irritation.
irritation. Sleep it also brings a lot of hearing. It daily lives by it also disrupt our daily by loud noise such as affecting the quality of our environment. Loud noise such as uh, bursting crack, crackers, scares animals and birds. Too much noise may lead to streets and anxiety heatage and high blood pressure.
Okay, it is anxiety, headache. What is it, Beta? Repeat after me. Anxiety,
Anxiety,
headache,
anxiety, headache,
anxiety, headache, and high blood pressure. Unwanted noise, when we do not want to hear something and somebody is honking that, playing it again and again, then it causes irritation. We cannot sleep properly because of this. And at times, people become deaf as well. They stop hearing only, they get loss of hearing. It also disrupts our daily life by storing the quality of environment. Loud noise, such as bursting crackers, scares animals and birds. And too much noise may cause stress and anxiety, headache, and high blood pressure. But how can we control it and how can we prevent it? Yes, Alankrita?
Yes,
Okay. Alankrita, I cannot hear you.
ma'am. Ma'am, what are you saying?
You have to read noise prevention and control. Hurry up.
Noise prevention.
What?
Noise prevention and control. Blowing horn unnecessary is one of the most common cause of noise. This is being regulated by authorities. The use of loudspeaker and loud music should be controlled. One must not put on loud music as it is likely to disturb the neighborhood. School, colleges, and hospitals should be silent zones. Planting trees in industrial areas can observe the loud.
Okay. So can absorb the loud noise, right? So blowing horns unnecessarily. Many times people on the road, they keep on honking beep 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 beep, which is not even required. They keep on honking their horns, their cars horns, and their scooty horns. Which is it's the most common cause of noise pollution. This is being regulated by the authorities. The use of loudspeakers, like you know that now you cannot play loudspeakers in weddings after 11 p.m. Do you know that? You cannot play loudspeakers in weddings now.
or it will be a police case.
Noise.
Anji?
Ma'am, it is an rule of police. Rule of.
Right? So now one must not put on loud music as it is likely to disturb the neighborhood. Schools, colleges, and hospitals should be silent zones, and planting trees in industrial areas can absorb the loud noise. The trees absorb the loud noise. So see, planting trees has multiple benefits for us, right, children? Now you will write in these pictures which kind of pollution is happening here. The first one is
Air pollution.
very
Air
good.
pollution.
What is the second one, Manya?
Water pollution.
Alankrita, the third one.
Ma'am, soil pollution.
Very good. And now Aradhya will tell us the fourth one. Aradhya Singh.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the fourth one is noise pollution.
Very good, Aradhya. Done, children?
Ma'am, what is the third one?
Land pollution, soil pollution. Done, kids?
Yes, ma'am.
So, children, we have completed the chapter. Have you understood it?
Yes, ma'am.
Today's homework is that you will make a poster on types of pollution. Will you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll share some ideas of posters. I'll share some ideas of posters in the group. You can take some ideas from that. Okay?
Ma'am, what is
We have to come.
If
Ma'am, what is the meaning
It's
of
good. If
smog?
not today,